how much he was happy, I don't means I can't explain. Because of that, he has already means given his wife, his mother-in-law, and his family members are my clients. Okay, they don't have any problem, but
The next presentation is by Padma. She lives in Ahmedabad. And so, just like Prasanna, Prasanna has got a title in our group. She is called Grand Thief of Medicine. So, anyone with medication, if I send her, all their medications are gone. So, same is the case with Padma. Very patient, and she gives a lot of time. And one of the cases, like really. Yeah. So it turns you more emotional because the patient is very young and suffering innocently because he is not able to find any kind of solution for his problem. So that is the case of gut health and IBS. And we'll hear from Padma herself. Yeah, Padma, please go ahead and present your case.
thank you so much, sir. First of all, good morning, all of you, and happy third year HNDP anniversary to all fellow coaches and Sir Mamta Madam. Sir, my voice is clear?
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
Okay. So myself Padma Kathi, I'm a holistic nutrition coach, and today I'm going to present the IBS with gut health. Today we are going to do the that case study presentation about the gut health, right? All of you know that that gut is the main secondary brain. Intellectually, we can call it the second brain, right? And also in our stomach, gut dissolve our food, right? And with food also that dissolve the emotions and life experience and conflicts also, unfortunately conflicts also. So today we are going to present one beautiful case study presentation about the person who was suffering from innocently from past 20 to 25 years, right? So when we are going to this morphology, he was basically staying in Noida and 38 years old, in morphologically 77 centimeter and weight 76 kgs, right? So in relationship is married. And what are the present complaints? When he came to me, he have this severe headache, constipation, and bowel movements. How many times? At least 15 to 17 times per day. Not only for one day, 2 day, he is means having suffering with these past 20 to 22 years, maybe that much, right? And he had the very much of acid reflux symptoms. And when he goes to the doctors, he went to the all doctors. He was consulted the homeopathy, gastroenterologist, and also Ayurvedic also. Right. So when he came, he was told me, Madam, at least 10% आप reduce कर सकते हैं, so that is better for me. Really, it will be work holistic and natural way. It will be her work. So I can give you a sir. You can just follow the instructions what I am giving, and then he was enrolled. Right. So he was having that when he was joined. He was taking the antacids at least 4 to 5 per day and painkiller because he was eating little much also. He was feeling like bloating and sometimes constipated, loose motions. Every time disturbance will be there in his stomach. And laxative also. Almost really was taking the laxatives because sometimes he was facing the constipation. Right. Next, what is the background? When a person is came to me as a holistic coaches, we can look at the diagnosis also, right? And physical parameters. Very important thing is we can look at the person. Means where is that person will be there? Okay, where he was landed, why these symptoms will be there from these much years. So we can move to the next background. When I'm taking the long history, so what I observed, he was having the severe headache, hyperacidity, and informed stools. In past 20 years, he was not looking his motion like a one unique form, right? And sore breathing means severe bloating means severe. When I'm starting the program, he was messaging like, "Madam, 1 hour ke baad I am having the bloating, and 2 hours ke baad I am having this STT like that." Okay, and he also have sleep issues means improper sleep and lack of sound sleep from the childhood. We can look at the history, we can go into the childhood history also. We can look at the deep and deep. So I noticed that he was having this issue, sleep issues since childhood, and fearless dreams, okay, and scared from the darkness. This is the important thing what I have noticed. And emotional issues, in emotional issues, overthinking and fear of future, perfectionist, and the important thing is the good boy syndrome. And fear of the food means from last so many years he was facing these issues. That's why he have the fear, and fear will cause this problem, right? And when we can look at the treatment history, he was visited every doctor, right? Colonoscopy also done, and painkillers, laxatives, Ayurvedic, homeo, everything will be has taken. And we can, why these important points, because all these points are related to where we can start at the healing process, right? One person will be healing through the diet, healing through the psycho-emotional, healing through the holistic, healing through the exercise. All together we can done that. Next we are moving to the dietary part. Okay, first I look at the is dietary part. Whenever we can take the 24 hours recall, and I make some little bit of changes because client was vigorously looking. Because when I'm saying the holistic, he was looking at the dietary approach, right? And I make a small little bit of changes like as we are dietitian doing, right? Dairy free, gluten free, sugar, and this is the first month only. Okay, later I will change the little bit of gluten free. In third month only he was free. He was having everything, and fermented what he was means forget from past few years, fermented foods, raw foods, and herbal teas. And also in third month I have added pre and probiotic supplements also. And exercise regimen, yes, he was very fond about the exercise in weekly 3 days. But first of all, I started the yoga and pranayama meditation. Later, I will explain you why I added the first thing in the yoga and pranayama. Okay, later I will add the strength, and later I will add the third month cardio exercise. But in first month, just only I focused on the yoga, pranayama, and meditation. Next, very much important is the holistic tools. Okay, so I will tell you the story about this person. Why we are, I mean, in takeaway points, I will explain to you why we are adding this one. I added the emotional journaling, mindful eating, and gratitude challenge as a 30-day challenge, declutter, affirmations. All these are the tools I have applied. And in this process, what is the outcome? Right? After 3 months, I see the drastic change. Means at least 60%. And after the 6 months, he was means totally transformed his life. No headache at all. Okay. Ending of the 3 months. And formed normal stool. This is the biggest means how he was happy. Made my emotion is normal. Really, I know that that day one person is happy this much about their stool, right? And relief from the bloating, freedom from the SD, and important thing is sound sleep. When he was going to sound sleep now, so he, every day you can note down, madam, I went very sound sleep. Means he was now habituated and he was having his sound very sound sleep. And fat loss, he lose 6 kgs, and he says that madam, from past how many years he was not have the overweight, but because this process he lose the fat content and he lose the 6 kgs. And important thing is the emotional changes. When we are monitoring the emotional thing, enjoying the food and life. This is a very much important thing. And no overthinking, cheerful and satisfied, no suppression of emotions, increase the trust on the work because we worked after fourth month in his career and in his relationships also. And later he was moved to US. Means since so many years he was stuck and he was not happy to go there and work there. But later he has started with happily his career with more and more actively, and he was performed and he was had a promotion. Very good relationship with their family members, with their spouse, and focused on the clear thought. Okay, all these are the outcome. But why I used these holistic tools? I will go to the this slide. Okay. why I can take in these key takeaways. Truly trust your gut. Okay, so first I explain na, so our gut, all of you know that that will be digest food also, and that will be digest our life experiences, emotions, and also unfortunately our conflict also. So this boy is the goodbye syndrome, and he was the elder son at home. And in elder son he was having like the everything should be perfect. Okay, if he was doing anything wrong, so he can feel very guilt, and he was like a elder son, and he was very means top ranker in his studies from childhood, right? So everything in college top ranker, in everything he want to try prove himself as a topper. This is the one reason. And because of he at home, so what he was means why he was explained means this the discipline, right? So in this discipline he have the too much boundaries and too much discipline, and with the love and little bit of love and acceptance from himself. So you need to create a ladder means how many these years he little bit he has created the controlling themselves, right? In this controlling all time he was controlling. So how we can create it sometimes means he was created, that means create controlling is a safe thing for me, right? So he was deep decided the hold and tight. So this is the holistic way how we are taking the I say means deep rooted means cause of the cause. I found this thing because where he was the elder child, and he was taking his whole family burden, and he was as a good boy syndrome means he want to everything perfect, उनकी जैसा ही सब लोग करना है, एक्सपेक्टेशन भी है, और थोड़ा भी वैसा होती है ना, थोड़ा भी मिस्टेक वैसा, सो ही वाज कन्फ्लिक्टेड अबाउट थिंग नहीं होना चाहिए, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ही वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम लाइफ, फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड ही वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग, एंड ही वाज लाइक दैट ओनली. बिकॉज दैट when I taken the history was saying that मैम मेरे लिए तो सब लोग बहुत ही अच्छा बोलेंगे मीन्स he was a very good boy, but he was not finding her own boundaries, right? So that's why first these are the seven key takeaway points. First is the I focused on the clean their gut. Okay, first I have explained. And second one is the important thing is the emotional digestion practice, right? Because when I added the journaling practice, okay, he was digesting the food but without any intention. When he started the emotional digestion practice, we are added the journaling. Okay, so in journaling process, where we are dissolving the past and we are creating the new thing. So when he was started, he was resenting something, but later he was feeling very much happy after 10 days later. So he was continuing now also after 1 year also he was continuing this practice. He was with me 6 months, but now also we are touched, right? So he was practicing this much means he love this practice. So and next thing is a detox your environment. So I added the decluttering process because I want he was aligned whole day with their gut, because he was not listening gut intention and gut intuition. So I focused on the whole day. You have this some activity a little bit, so he can align with the whole day process of means with food, with emotional journaling, and latter means every month I am changing these the tools. Lastly, I added the declutter process. Right, the declutter about the food and declutter about home and declutter about in everything. And another most important thing is the check your gut regularly, because when you was having added many things gratitude, but when we are having a just I give the just a small intention, you can just observe your gut. When you are having anything, just focus on your gut and keep an hand on your gut, and just keep your eyes and say what your gut is saying, right? So this is he feel that this is a silly madam, but the latter after 1 week means madam is saying okay, so I can do anyway, I want something, because he was experiencing relief from acidity. So we will form and we will build the trust process. So he has started the means believing all these things has started. So then he was means totally he was relieved from his headache. Next one is the move with intention. So in this means why I given this name, he was doing already cardio, okay, strength training, but I added with the pranayama, breathing and meditation. First I added the first tool is the breathing. right? So in breathing, just I focused, I tell that means you can do when you are breathing, you are involving in your activities, but you can focus on your intention. What do you want? Why you means I already explained these are the things, okay? So you need to be accept little bit, you can move on. Next one is the gut brain axis, shift your energies, okay? So when we are doing all these things, we are connected with our secondary brain because our mind deeply involved with our emotions through the gut, right? And connect with gut in this process. I added many more grounded techniques like walking or barefoot, many things with the nature. So all these things are very important to heal that person. And he was how much he was happy, I don't means I can't explain. Because of that, he has already means given his wife, his mother-in-law, and his family members are my clients. Okay, they don't have any problem, but he wants to, madam, you can just give the counseling. You can just attach with that person. Okay, they get may look at they don't have any health issue, but they can improve their other areas of life, right? So he was improved in relationship and also career. Also career is the very biggest part in his life. Okay, so all these we have the build the confidence. And just this is the my case. And sir, please can you share the testimony?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing slide.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Padma. And that is really wonderful. Actually, the client, he wrote 2 pages of testimony, and
Yes.
we try to made it in like simple format within 1 minute 50 seconds. So one more thing about Padma is, I am worried about my mother's health, and I want to counsel her. And I know very well that she wouldn't listen to me. As the saying goes, "Gar ka murgi dal barabar." So Padma is my mother's coach. Now she listens. I mean, like Padma will not relent. Auntie, please send me the pic of whatever you are eating. So now my mother is healthy because thanks to Padma's effort and persistence.